everybody. Welcome to a special What the Hell Were They Thinking edition of the OHIO podcast. Before we get started, let me just remind you to smash that like button, as Eric likes to say. Go on, like, subscribe, and make sure that if you like what we do here, you go on and become an official member. It's only $3.99 a month. Lots of great benefits to that, as including access to our free preview magazine, free shipping from the store. You get a t-shirt after 31 days and internet special prize drawings throughout the course of the year. So lots of great benefits, not to mention our special behind the wall videos for members only. So a special What the Hell Were They Thinking edition. You might ask what that means. The Athletic recently reported that the University of Michigan was the most popular program in all of college football. Now, I want you to let that sink in for just a minute, guys. The University of Michigan, the most popular program in all of college football. I'm going to give you the top 10 before we dive into what exactly the Athletic used for criteria for this obviously insane conclusion that they came to. We're going to start at number 10 with Texas A&M. Number 9 is LSU. Number 8, and way too low in my opinion, given their brand recognition around the country, is Notre Dame. Number 7, Tennessee. Number 5, Texas. I'm going to bring up Texas in a minute and how they are only number 5. Georgia at 4. You got Bama at 3. Ohio State 2. And the University of Scum, according to The Athletic, is the most popular team in the country. So I had to ask myself, after seeing the tweet on Twitter, why? Why would I wake up to see this and read comments such as what I read from some of these Michigan fans about, oh, just another defeat for Ohio State at the hands of Michigan? This shouldn't come to any surprise, even to the dummies down south. Kings of college football. These are just some of the ignorant comments that I read. So I had to get in here and really deep dive these numbers a little bit. And this is what I found. The criteria for determination of the most popular team in college football, according to The Athletic, who, in my opinion, with this report, has lost every bit of credibility that they may have had. We started out with basing it on TV viewership. Well, according to the Nielsen data last season, as you can see here, that team up north averaged 5.2 million viewers per game last season. A respectable number. But a far cry from the 6.8 million viewers that Ohio State had last season. And then we jump to home attendance. Now, in 2024, the University of Michigan averaged over 110,000 people per game for a total home attendance of 884,384. That's big, guys. I mean, we can't deny it. That's impressive. But Ohio State had a record-breaking fan attendance of 936,550 for OSU home games in 2024. You're talking over 60,000 more fans. So right now we got 60,000 more fans in the seats. We got 1.3 million more viewers at home. And then we turn to merchandise sales. And this number I pulled up as of last week. As of March 15th. March 15th. Merchandise sales as of March 15th, not at the end of 2024 as originally indicated in the graphic here. Ohio State, number 3. That team up north is number 4. They trail Texas and Alabama. Remember, this is a Texas team that's number 5. Football revenues. Now, this is based on fiscal year 2024, guys. So keep in mind, this is not going to include Ohio State's championship run, but it will include Michigan's, as the collegiate fiscal years ran from June 2023 to June 2024. Michigan had 238 million plus in fiscal revenues, or football revenues. Ohio State had 254.9 million in 2 fewer home games. I want you to fathom that for me for a minute. Fewer home games, more revenue. Sports wagering. Now, The Athletic did something here that absolutely I despise. Because they looked at just one aspect of sports betting, the online wagering. And I will not deny the University of Michigan led the way in online wagering. However, let's look at the sports wagering industry as a whole, guys, not just the one aspect that helps you with your report. Sports wagering, Ohio State was number 7 overall in bets. They accounted for 2.2% of all sporting bets made last year. They accounted for 3.6% of all money wagered on sports gambling. That was good enough for second. The University of Michigan was not top 10 in total number of bets or dollars wagered in 2024. Not even in the top 10. So let's look at social media for a second, because again, we do something here that they like to talk about social media in terms of followers, but not necessarily presence. Followers, again, no denying. Team up north, number 1, 3,366,135 total subscribers to the various social medias. I ask myself, though, how many of those are the bogus accounts? Because we here on this podcast see it all the time. We see people going in with bogus accounts. All the other Ohio State podcasters see the same thing, because they'll boot somebody for coming on and being ignorant, and then that person will make a bogus account to try to weasel their way back in. Ohio State, on the other hand, has 3,099,970 social media followers. That's good enough for number 2. It is. And as I look at that number, I think to myself, that's followers, but is it really presence? So I searched up what team had the largest social media presence. And according to multiple sources, it was indeed Ohio State. Well, what does social media presence mean? That is all your followers on social media, activity on those social media pages and social media boards. Podcasting falls under that as well. So in overall presence, Ohio State has a larger presence. But again, the University of Michigan does have the larger social media following based on the numbers. Cannot deny that. Living alumni. Guys, this one boggles my mind. How this matters boggles my mind. You have so many people who are fans of both of these programs who have never stepped on a college campus. 680,000 living alumni for that team up north, 600,000 for Ohio State. But somehow that's a invaluable criteria to the Athletic. Secondary market ticket sales. Now, they chose to focus strictly on StubHub, where Michigan was number one. Again, can't deny it. On StubHub, they were number one. But if you look at the overall secondary market, which one includes StubHub, Ticketmaster, all the various outlets, Michigan was still number one. Ohio State a close second. But I have a very big theory on this. It's for two very divergent reasons. The University of Michigan, if you were a fan of that, are you going to go sit out in the cold to watch that crap that they put on the field last year? Are you going to go watch the trash product they put on the field? Or are you going to try to dump those tickets and make a buck? Maybe recover a little and save towards next year, where they seem to think they have a chance. Ohio State at number two, I think, is there for a different reason. I think they were number two on the market because, by God, people wanted to watch them. People wanted to see them. Now, did we have a flux of people dumping tickets after the Michigan loss? Absolutely. Not going to deny it. There was a large fluctuation where we kind of binged over to that side where the scum were at there, where it's kind of like we didn't want to go see that game. But after a few weeks, I think people calmed down. And I think people were trying to buy those tickets because they wanted to be a part of history. They wanted to be a part of seeing the first ever playoff game in Ohio Stadium. They wanted to be a part of the first ever football game in December in Ohio Stadium. So I think why I think the numbers are legitimate for these, two very divergent reasons. And then my personal favorite, Google searches. I can see the value in a Google search to the Athletic in this a little bit. But I think you also have to look at the current climate. Now, if you look over the last 5 years, Alabama has been the top search team. Ohio State 2. Texas was in there, I believe, at 3. Georgia was in there at 4, if I'm not mistaken. And then within the 5-year search, Michigan was number 5. You look at the last 2 years. Ohio State, according to Google Trends, has been the most searched on Google over the past 2 years. I'm not surprised by this. Michigan over the last 2 years has steadily climbed up the ladder. What over the last 18 to 24 months could have possibly caused that? Perhaps it's all the scandals. Maybe it's the absolute ludicrous nature of what we are seeing, on almost a daily basis. We are online checking as Ohio State podcasters. I'm sure as Ohio State fans, as Michigan fans, we are checking to see what's going on with the lawsuits? What's going on with penalties? What's going on with sanctions? When's the hammer coming? We're looking at all that. That, of course, is going to raise their Google searches. Context is key. Context is so key in this. I find it absolutely ridiculous that a respected media outlet like The Athletic would put this trash report out without deep diving to really look at the numbers. In nearly every way, with the exception of social media followers, secondary ticket sales, and living alumni, every single category that counts, Ohio State is superior to Michigan. Every category that counts. So why? I need someone from The Athletic to come on and tell me how they came to these numbers. Because it makes absolutely no sense. You take Ohio State by far should be number 1, but how do you have number 8 Notre Dame, a historic and revered program that actually just made an appearance in the national title game this past season? A program, as much as I despise Marcus Freeman, that I have to admit is on the upswing. Texas, largest alumni base in the world. One of the largest alumni bases in the world. Number 1 in revenue for merchandise sales. Among the top viewed teams in the country. Huge following. Number 5. I need The Athletic to come on, comment something, and tell me why this report reads the way it does. This looks to me like another Michigan propaganda job, like the Stallions video, like the recent Stallions interview, where another, what I considered at the time, somewhat reputable source in On3 tarnished their image by doing. I don't get it. So go on. Please remember to like, subscribe, share this video with a friend. Maybe somebody out there, maybe one of your friends, maybe you can comment on this video and explain to me how The Athletic came to this conclusion. Thank you for watching. And until next time, go Bucks.